Let's talk about Google's brand new AI model, Gemma 4. And look, this isn't just another chatbot. It's a huge shift in how we can use AI. And get this, right on our own personal computers. But let's start with a big, provocative question. Seriously, think about this for a second. What if AI could be completely free, totally private, and you'd never even need the internet to use it? Sounds kind of like science fiction, right? Well, that's pretty much the promise behind what Google just dropped.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at the usual trade-offs with cloud AI. Then, we'll dive into Google's local solution, Gemma. We'll explore why it's such a game changer, check out a really cool practical example, and finally, show you how you can experiment with it yourself. All right, first up, the cloud AI trade-off. We're all pretty familiar with tools like ChatGPT or Claude, right? I mean, they're amazing, but they come with some hidden costs and compromises. And this slide really lays out the core dilemma. You know the drill with cloud AI. Your data gets sent off to some server somewhere. That can raise some privacy flags, it can have usage costs, and of course, you've got to have an internet connection. But with local AI like Gemma 4, everything stays right on your device. That means it's totally private, it's completely free to run, and it works offline. Huge difference. And that right there brings us to Google's answer, Gemma. This is a whole new kind of AI, built from the ground up to live right on your computer. So, what exactly is Gemma 4? Well, think of it as a family of AI models. They're built with the very same tech as Google's massive Gemini models, but they're designed to be smaller, more portable, something that can actually run on your hardware, from laptops all the way down to phones. And believe me, this isn't just some niche idea. The developer community is absolutely buzzing about this. Just look at the numbers for the original Gemma models, over 400 million downloads. That is a massive signal that people are hungry for this kind of powerful local AI.
Okay, so let's get into why Gemma 4 changes everything. Because it's not just about running AI locally. Nope, this is a revolution in how we think about this stuff. So let's break down what makes Gemma 4 so special. First off, it's truly open source. I'm talking an Apache 2.0 license, not some open-ish model with a bunch of strings attached. It's also completely free. No subscriptions, no API keys, no usage limits, nada. It's surprisingly small and smart, hitting really high performance benchmarks while being small enough for the hardware you and I actually own. And it's multimodal, so it gets text, but also images and audio. Plus, and this is a big one, it's built for what people are calling the Agentic era. That just means it's designed for complex, multi-step tasks and using tools. Now, Gemma isn't just one model, it's a whole family. You can pick the one that fits your hardware. The E models, by the way, that stands for effective parameters, they're super efficient. The E2B is great for phones and tablets. The E4B is pretty much perfect for modern laptops. Then you have the 26B, which uses a mixture of experts architecture, great for desktops with a GPU. And for the real high-end machines, there's the 31B model. Honestly, for most of us, that E4B model is probably the sweet spot to start with. So, you might be wondering, how did Google make a model this powerful but also this small? Well, the secret is that they attacked the real bottleneck in AI. It's not just processing power, it's memory. See, most AI models have to be loaded entirely into your computer's RAM to work, which is a huge amount of space. Google re-engineered Gemma to be way more efficient. Instead of loading the whole shebang at once, it uses some really clever techniques, like something called per-layer embeddings, to just load the parts it needs when it needs them. This makes the model incredibly light and drastically cuts down the RAM you need. Okay, that's the theory, right? But let's see what this actually makes possible in the real world. This is where it gets really cool. We're going to walk through how you could build a completely free, completely private posture analyzer. So here's how it would work. Super simple, but really powerful. Step 1, your webcam just snaps a photo of you, say every 5 seconds. Step 2, that photo gets sent to the local Gemma 4 model right there on your computer. Step 3, Gemma analyzes the image to check your posture. And finally, step 4, if you're slouching, boom, it sends a notification to your screen. As simple as that. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Imagine trying to do this with something like ChatGPT. You would burn through cache in a matter of hours. And the privacy side? Sending thousands of pictures of yourself to a server? No thanks. But with Gemma, it's completely free. And every single one of those photos stays right there on your Mac or your PC. And once you have a vision model running locally like this, your imagination is pretty much the only limit. You could build a smarter baby monitor that alerts you if your baby rolls into an unsafe position. Or a pet cam that actually logs what your dog is doing all day. Or a security cam that's smart enough to know the difference between a person and a blowing leaf.
And all of it would be completely private and totally free to run.
Okay, so all of this leads to the big question. How can you get your hands on this and start experimenting yourself? Well, the good news is it is way easier than you probably think.
It's actually kind of shocking how easy it is. First, you just download this free app called Llama. It works on Mac, Windows, or Linux. Step 2, you open up your terminal or command prompt, and you run one simple command, Llama pull Gemma/4b. And that's it. Step 3 is just starting to chat with your own private AI. No coding experience required whatsoever. And this is the crucial point. You don't need to know how to code to do amazing things anymore. To build something like that posture analyzer, you can literally just describe what you want in plain English, and the AI can help you figure out the implementation. This is just an incredible force multiplier for anyone with a good idea. So that really brings us to the final question, the one I want to leave you with. Now that you know it's possible to have a powerful AI that understands images and text, running completely privately and for free right on your own device, what will you build first?